Artificial intelligences that kill their operators during virtual drills in order to earn points are waiting for you. OpenAI has come up with a way to combat lying. ChatGPT-5. Motorola unveiled a new generation of clamshell, the Razer 40 Ultra. Faraday Future finally released the electric car of the future. Samsung demonstrated a biometric-protected bank card. And the world's first streaming live from Mars. All this and much more. Right now, let's go. A virtual exercise of drones controlled by artificial intelligence awaits you. In this exercise, one of the AP's unmanned aerial vehicles attacked its operator and killed him in quotes to prevent him from interfering with the task at hand. The military said the creation of such autonomous systems leads to highly unexpected strategies and advances, including attacks on U.S. Air Force personnel and infrastructure. They trained the drones to stimulate recognition and targeting of surface-to-air missiles. The operator then had to give the command, "Yes, destroy the target." But the drones began to realize that they didn't always get that command from the operator, even though getting points for destroying targets was their goal. As a result, the drones killed the operator because the human was preventing them from completing the task. Many researchers warn that the development of autonomous systems could exacerbate social cleavages and put hundreds of millions of people out of work, as well as increase the use of natural resources. In the case of the Air Force experiments, however, it was a direct threat. This scenario is reminiscent of the events in the Terminator franchise. While the tests were conducted without the use of real drones and people were not harmed, the results were unsatisfactory. During the training, the drones began to destroy the communication towers with which the operator was giving orders that prohibited the elimination of targets. Such results, while at first glance they may seem amusing, are in fact frightening in the speed with which the drones navigated the situation and made unexpected and incorrect decisions from a human point of view. Particularly important to consider is that in projects such as Viper Extermination and Next Gen Ops model Venom, Test Wing is partnering with Eglin Base, where F-16 fighter jets will be converted into artificial intelligence-assisted test platforms for autonomous strike vehicles. The aircraft themselves will have energy-efficient, unparalleled engines. Samsung has unveiled the biometric-protected Samsung's Biometric Card IC. It is a new generation of payment cards with increased protection against unauthorized use. It has not only a contactless payment chip, but also a fingerprint scanner and a specially developed Samsung BYC security processor. Users can forget about having to verify their identity with a PIN code, since transactions require authentication by fingerprint. Consequently, it reduces the risks of card and money theft if the PIN code is peeked at or just guessed. The card can store up to 3 fingerprints, which are securely protected by encryption technology and stored directly inside the card, not transmitted anywhere, even during the transactions. Depending on bank policy, fingerprint registration can be done at home or at an issuer-controlled location. Even financial institutions do not have access to biometric information. Samsung representatives say it makes it easier for banks and other financial institutions to create and distribute biometric payment cards. The proprietary patented fingerprint authentication algorithm and anti-spoofing technology ensure safer transactions. After numerous postponements, the American startup Faraday Future announced the start of deliveries of its debut of FF91 electric car, originally introduced back in 2017. This is a premium crossover, literally stuffed with advanced technologies and aimed at providing maximum comfort for the driver and passengers. The electric crossover is presented in 3 modifications. The top model with limited edition FF91 2.0, Futurist lines, FF91 2.0 Futurist, and the most affordable model, FF91 2.0. However, it's not really appropriate to talk about affordability here, as the price is $309,000, and the FF91 100 costs $249,000. The price for the third model has not yet been announced. Both older models got weightless effect seats that can go down at a high angle, allowing you to literally lie in them. In addition, a huge 27-inch 2K reclining display, the largest in the automotive industry, is provided for rear passengers. The top-of-the-line FF91 2.0 Futurist Lines model, which will be produced in only 300 units, includes an exclusive wheel design, professional training service, and an Apple Watch smartwatch with in-car controls. In addition, the first purchaser of the FF91 will receive a satellite package with high-speed internet access as a bonus. As planned, Motorola unveiled a new generation of smartphone clamshell, the Razer 40 Ultra. The device is better in almost all aspects than its predecessor, and the main change is the enlarged external screen. This gives even more opportunities to interact with the gadget. In the Razer 40 Ultra, the manufacturer reduced the number of hinge components to 85. The smartphone itself can now be fixed at any angle between 45 and 120 degrees. The company also claims that the device has successfully passed 400,000 openings and closings, which confirms its reliability and durability. Inside it has a large 6.9-inch PE-OLED display with full HD plus resolution and brightness up to 1,400 nits. It has a dynamically adjustable refresh rate from 1 to 165 Hz. On the outside is the largest 3.6-inch PE-OLED screen among similar clamshells, with full HD plus resolution, brightness up to 1,000 nits, and a refresh rate of 144 Hz. It occupies almost the entire half of the body, and it has 2 cameras and a flash. The enlarged external screen allows you to fully enjoy all the functions of a smartphone, control music, and run any application, including games. The smartphone inherits the Snapdragon 8 Plus processor from its predecessor. Other specs include 8 GB of LPDDR5 or 12 GB of LPDDR5X RAM and 256 GB or 512 GB of UFS 3.1 storage. The battery has a 3,800 mAh capacity with 33 watts of wired charging and 5 watts of wireless charging. The main camera consists of a 12-megapixel sensor and a second 13MP ultra-wide-angle camera with autofocus and macro mode. In addition, there is a 32-megapixel selfie camera inside. At the moment, the Motorola Razer 40 Ultra is only available in China. The version with 8 GB of RAM and 256 GB of storage costs about $800, while the version with 12 GB of RAM and 512 GB of storage costs $915. A global release is expected soon. OpenAI triggered the generative artificial intelligence boom last year when it released the GPT chatbot, which attracted an audience of 100 million monthly users in 2 months, setting a record for the fastest-growing app to date. However, there was a problem of user misinformation caused by artificial intelligence. To combat this phenomenon, the company proposed its own solution called misinformation or hallucinations. This occurs when models like the chatbot GPT or Google Bart completely fabricate information, acting as if they are stating facts. OpenAI's new strategy to combat fabrication is to train models and reward them for every single correct reasoning step when they come up with an answer, instead of rewarding only the correct final conclusions. The researchers called this approach process control. They believe it can lead to more logical and coherent artificial intelligence. Because this strategy encourages the model to follow a human-like train of thought, detecting and correcting logical model errors or hallucinations is a critical step toward creating general artificial intelligence. It is now possible to observe the red planet 24/7. This is the first time in history that a human being is launching a live broadcast on another planet. The European Space Agency, ESA, announced the world's first live video broadcast from Mars. Viewers will be able to see the most recent images of the planet in the history of observations. The live stream will be broadcast on ESA's official YouTube channel. The 50-second broadcast will show images of the surface of Mars. The signal delay will be 18 minutes at a distance of 3 million kilometers. Previously, photos first came to ESA, and then the agency in 2 days to publish them on their site. Now users of the network will have a unique opportunity to be the first to see what is happening on the red planet. To conduct shooting will be a spacecraft orbiting Mars Express. Initially, the satellite was used to observe the rover Beagletoe. Recently, Mars Express has evolved into an independent research tool. Mars Express has an old camera designed for engineering purposes and is located nearly 3 million kilometers from Earth. This has never been done before. We really hope it works out.